Every now and then, Renault launch a car equipped with a particularly special badge. These two letters stand for Renault Sport, which is Renault's way of telling you they've produced something that will deliver the highest levels of sporting performance and driving enjoyment. And now they've applied this ultimate of tuning and styling treatments to their latest model. The Clio RS 200 EDC is the new top of the Clio range, and I've come to Granada in Spain to find out how it measures up. The prospects are good because, like all RS models before, it's been developed by Renault's Sport Technology department, the same group of engineers responsible for the company's wide-ranging and enduring motorsport success. It's fair to say they know a thing or two about making cars go fast, and I'm pleased to report this car is very fast. Enthusiastic drivers will not be disappointed. But before I go into how that's been achieved, there's another side of this car to consider. Renault realised that today's customers want much more than stripped-out races, so while many RS owners will still enjoy motorsport, most will now get their competitive kicks through the living room TV rather than on a track. Consequently, this RS goes out of its way to make you feel at home. For starters, access is easier. It's the first Clio RS with rear doors as standard, keyless entry naturally. Inside there's Bluetooth, radio and USB connectivity as standard, as well as new bass reflex technology available on all versions. You can also choose the optional Renault R-Link touchscreen multimedia system, and with the R-Sound Effect application, you'll be able to choose your own engine sound. And when you're not enjoying the technology, you can admire the interior styling. The instrument pack, aluminium pedals and reinforced sports seats are all unique to the RS. There's no question that the Clio is a car for those who like to set trends, not follow them. And what's under the bonnet is no exception. Any RS engine is worth talking about, but the Clio RS 200 EDC has one important difference to the previous Clio Renault Sport. It's turbocharged. Fitting a turbo means you can use a smaller engine, but still generate lots of power. All very clever, but why bother? For two good reasons. Firstly, torque, which is basically the pulling power of the car. To start with, it's up 25 Newton meters. It's now 240 Newton meters. But more importantly, it's how that torque is delivered. The previous Clio didn't reach maximum torque until the engine was spinning at a very hectic 5,600 RPM. The new motor achieves that at just 1750 revs per minute and then maintains it all the way to 5,600 RPM. In a nutshell, you don't have to work the engine so hard to achieve the same level of performance. Secondly, fuel consumption. The new engine is 25% more efficient, using almost 2 litres less fuel per 100 kilometres than the older car. Both of these major benefits are the results of improvements to the fuel injection system, variable valve timing, reduced internal friction, and finally a slice of F1 technology in the shape of DLC diamond-like carbon cam followers. There's that motorsport connection coming in again. But the engine is only one performance aspect of this car I need to tell you about. To demonstrate the other developments, Renault have given me another Clio RS and a racetrack. Right, let's talk noise. Renault knows that all your senses should be stimulated when you drive one of their RS cars, so this Clio has something called R-Sound Effect. This application uses the car's speakers to play back the sound of an iconic engine, which is synchronized with the speed and acceleration of the Clio's own engine. The experience is further improved by the R-Sound pipe, which amplifies the noise from the air intake into the cabin. Next is the RS Monitor 2.0, which, combined with R-Link, creates the most complete onboard telemetry system available on a production car. Features include real-time performance data like acceleration times and G-force meters. Plus, you can download circuit maps and register your car parameters on a USB key. So I'm happy with the sound and I've got all the information I need to chart my progress around the track. What about the developments that make the car safer, faster, and more rewarding to drive? Well, the electronic differential significantly improves cornering grip and acceleration, and since stopping power is as important as pulling power, front brake discs have been enlarged by 8mm to a whopping 320mm, the largest in the range. And as your speeds increase, you also need to know that the car is going to sit firmly on the tarmac, so aerodynamics are important. Once again, Renault have borrowed from Formula One technology, so that back spoiler is providing an additional 20% downforce, and the rear diffuser 80%. The optional cup chassis is tailored to improve sporting performance, and the car's hydraulic compression control adds an unusually comfortable ride to the precise road holding. But from my point of view, I've saved the best till last. Because for the first time ever on a Renault sport car, the manual gearbox has been ditched in favour of a 6-speed double clutch system. It's called EDC, Efficient Double Clutch, and I can confirm it is very efficient. There are 3 settings. The first is fully automatic, the most relaxed option, particularly around town. If you want a bit more involvement, then shift to manual and change gears with the race-inspired paddles. It's a first for Renault Sport, offering additional driver comfort and precise gear changes. But here's the setting I'm most fond of: Race. Select this and your Clio RS changes from a sharp multi-tool to a razor blade. In this mode, the car is capable of changing gear in just 150 milliseconds, helping it best achieve its 0 to 100 km/h time of 6.7 seconds and top speed of 230 km/h. When I knew I was reviewing the new Clio RS, I was fairly confident the car would be quick, because the Renault Sport team have always delivered on that front, and sure enough, it is properly quick. But it's the way the car achieves that performance that's truly impressed me, because the engine and gearbox are a revelation. Then add in the fact that this car will be just as comfortable to live with in town as on a track, and the new Clio RS 200 EDC becomes a combination that's hard to beat.